Good evening, VV Nation, and welcome to the channel. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here every Monday for the 6 p.m. video to start your week out right with the top 5 weekly picks. Every week we go through, no matter what the market's doing, we're going to give you the right stocks for the week. Now, I also want to start off by saying, even though these are my top picks for the week, always make sure that after you view this video, make sure if you're going to jump into any of these stocks, that the stock is doing what you wanted to do the next day, which is go up in price. I'm always going to try to give you the best stocks for the current market's conditions. So let's get right into it. Let's go start with the U.S. market. Big move still to the downside after breaking through a couple levels of support. But look at today. As I record the video, we got a little bit of a rebound day. Does that mean everything is good to go? Bright and airy? Not yet, but we could be getting a possible reversal like we talk about on Fridays. The Friday videos, we talk a lot about candlesticks. This is a bullish harami. Now, we're still early in the day. Anything can happen between now and the end of the day, but if the market were to close right now, this could be a possible reversal. So what am I looking at for you this week? Right now, I still see the markets pulling off. The confirmed call is down. The primary wave is down. The market's stalling at that level of a Santa rally. We'll still see. I'm looking at 3 stocks and 2 contra ETFs. That's what I'm looking at for you for this week. Let's go to the viewers tab. And as I look for 12/16/2024 top weekly picks, I've got avgo. Now, the stocks that I do take advantage of, even though the market's looking the way it is, are good quality stocks. We're going to lean in on the power of the VectorVest software that even when the market's pulling back the way it is, we're still going to lean very heavily on high VST type stocks that are fundamentally sound, because it does exercise and show the power of the VectorVest software to still put those stocks in your hands that should still be able to pretty much hold their own in the current market's conditions. And we're going to see results of that in a second. So I've got avgo, PAM, DRS, ADUS, and DUST. Only one contra ETF. Well, I thought you said you wanted 2. Yes, I did want 2 contra ETFs. You know the reason why there's only 1 for this week? Because part of the things that I look for when I'm picking out your top stocks, I'm looking for stocks to be buy recommendations. Guess what, folks? I could only find 1 contra DUST with a buy recommendation, which I think helps to back up the point that I'm not ready to jump all into contras right now. They're just either sell or holds, because the market's pullback in the market is so not strong enough to start putting a lot of contras into buy recommendations. Just keep that in mind. And this is the research that I do for you so that you can reap the rewards. So here's my 5 picks for this week. They're all buy recommendations. Only 1 contra, and only because it's the only one that I could find that had a buy recommendation. Let's take a look at the portfolio. Let's go to the portfolio's top 5 weekly picks. Been monitoring this since, let's go see, January 8th, 2024. How about we're up 26.5%? I'm just going to let that marinate for a second. All right, so I actually put 1 stock in here. Actually, I put 2. Since I could only find 1 stock, 1 contra ETF that had a buy recommendation, I went with a 4th good stock. Notice that as I look at these stocks, move them over, my return on investments, GGAL, we got back on, when did we get that? 9.9. Wix, we got 11.11. GoDaddy, we got 11.11. Those 3 stocks mainly are all double-digit ups. So even when the market starts to turn over, good quality stocks, for the most part, will hold on and manage through downtrends in market. Look at the equity curve. And there was a time where I wasn't paying attention to it. The portfolio went all the way down to flat, 0.03%, 0.03%. And I told you that I would get back on it and manage it the right way. Man, look at that. 26.53%. And again, even though I'm giving these to you as my weekly picks, always make sure before you partake of them that they are doing what they need to do. Market's nice rebound today. These stocks today are up 2.65%. Good quality stocks. All right, now let's move over to the Canadian market. Do the same thing. Canadian market still rocking and rolling. A little bit of a pullback, but not a drastic pullback. Two of our three indicators, the buy to sell ratio and RT, are below 1. MTI is still above 1. But I'm still going to stay out on that branch. I'm still going to give you 5 bullish stocks. I see the pullback, but it's not a detracted pullback yet. We'll see what happens for next week's picks, all right? We'll see what happens for next week's picks. Here's my top 5. Guess what? I couldn't find 5 based upon the way I search for stocks for the Canadian market. I could not find 5 for you to get into, so I'm going to give you what I can, and there's 4. SES, PRL, SBBC, and GWO. One of them is a hold recommendation. I manage these a little differently as well than I do for the U.S. market. In the U.S. market, anytime a stock moves from a buy to a hold, it gets put out of the portfolio. Here, I'm going to show you how I manage these, but I wanted to start off by letting you know there were only 4 stocks that I could find for the Canadian market. Now, let's go to the portfolios. Top 5 weekly picks, 9.27%. Remember when this portfolio was down 14%? I started getting in on it. Look at that. We're now up to 9.27%. I didn't have any stocks to replace because all of the stocks that I had were still in place. They didn't hit their stops. What are the stops for the Canadian market? The Canadian market has RT going below 1. So I want to make sure that the stocks that I pick for the Canadian market are in uptrends. As soon as the RT goes below 1, we get out of the stock. Only one stock is down. It's only down 1.62%, but look at these RTs. The first one that may leave, though, even though we're up 7%, may be IFC because it's got an RT at 1.08. So again, given the current market's conditions, nice bump up today. Look at these stocks are up 3.34%, but I didn't put any new stocks in here. But how about this? In a weekly pick, we're almost up 100% on one of the weekly picks. And when did we find this one? We found this on 11/11. The process that I take you guys through, or take me through to get these picks, must be doing something right. That's why you got to make sure you're here every Monday to see the new list of the top weekly picks. No fuss, no muss. That's it for this week. But remember, before you pull the trigger on any new trade, even though I give them to you on a weekly basis, make sure that they're doing what you want them to do the next day, which is go up in price. Don't just blindly buy any of these stocks, whether they're in the U.S. market or the Canadian market. Do your homework. I've done the homework for you. All I just need you to do is reap the rewards, but make sure that the stocks are doing what you want them to do before you pull the trigger. Folks, this video is over, and until next week, see ya. Hey VV Nation, Glenn here. Just need to tell you again, the Tampa 2-day seminar, which is our flagship seminar that we start every year off right with, is about to happen. And if you're looking to go live, you still got a little bit of time left to get a seat. Go to www.vectorvest.com/Tampa to reserve your live seat. Folks, I'm going to be there. Joey's going to be there. We're going to be there live. You can spend time with us and talk with us. Once again, www.vectorvest.com/Tampa.